I threw a lot at you yesterday, but today we're going to talk about budget. Here are some common budget mistakes that folks make, but that's not going to happen to you because I'm Margaret Johnson, your fairy wedding godmother, professional wedding officiant, and premarital mentor. And I'm going to walk you through the moments from your moment of yes to your moment of I do. So, some of the items that are on this list, of course, they're not going to apply to everyone because not everyone has the same wedding budget or style of wedding that they're thinking about. But some commonly missed steps are not allocating the funds correctly. You have to envision what's going to be important to you. Some couples want to put a bulk of their budget on the DJ, right? They want an all hyped up party. Some couples prefer floral arrangement. So it's up to you. Do you want to invest most of your funds that are allocated to your wedding dress, your DJ? And you're going to see tons of detailed budgets online when you're looking through, but you have to remember that your wedding speaks to you, not the masses. So focus on what's important to you and your partner, and you should be good there. But don't forget to allocate the funds correctly. Don't go by this 4%, 1% thing because, especially with the prices of things changing, one vendor might be less expensive than another that you wouldn't have thought. So keep that in mind. Not keeping track of your spending. Of course, if this is a all wedding paid, you've been saving this for your entire life, or your family and friends are helping you with that. Maybe you don't necessarily need to track spending, or you feel like you don't, but it's always good practice just to keep a wedding planner, but wedding budget planner. And then another common mistake is forgetting about the budget of hidden cost items. So, for example, overtime, service fees, free trials. Sometimes you do get a free trial, but if you make too many changes to things, then there could be added costs of that. Extra decorations, things like stamps, your RSVP cards, ribbons, favors, your marriage license fees. Those things can put you just a little bit over the budget. Again, if you have an endless pool, this video is not for you. Your gratuity, that's another common miss. Vendor tips, of course, you're going to decide that either the day of the wedding, leading up, depending if the vendors, of course, go above and beyond your expectations. That's a great practice just in general. Not allowing room for overspending, another huge mistake, right? You might have something in your mind. Maybe you've been planning your wedding since 2019, but your wedding's coming up in 2023 or 2024, and the prices are going to change based on what you've seen before. So you want to try to at least earmark 5% of your budget for unforeseen costs. Another common mistakes, but this is not going to happen to you, not taking advantage of rewards programs. I know there's tons of financial experts that will say don't put things on your credit card, but I'm not talking about financing your wedding and accumulating at the end of the year 26% interest rate, right? I'm talking about purchasing the item that you already had money saved for, using those reward points, and paying the bill in full at the end of the month. So a lot of people, credit cards get a bad rap because they're like, oh, you can't afford it if you have to put it on credit. That is just the furthest thing from the truth. I have credit cards and I use them all the time for everything. I pay them off in full every single month, and most of my family vacations are free. I'll make another video about that, about what credit cards that I think are best for wedding planning and as it relates to points. Another common mistake is not discussing priorities first. So you obviously know your future spouse very well, but there's some things that you might have in your vision that they don't, and vice versa. So you want to make sure that you get that out in the open and set your priorities from the very beginning, or as soon as you can. And forgetting to invest in insurance. I think the COVID-19 pandemic taught us a lot about special events insurance. So you want to just, Google special events insurance in your area, find out if your venue offers it, things like that. And they just give you it's more of a mental benefit to let you know that you're protected no matter what. And not being realistic. As we mentioned above, not oversimplifying some of the financial aspects of the wedding and staying on top of the budget. Even if you are lucky enough to have a traditional wedding where the bride or the family is paying for the wedding, you still want to be mindful of other people's money. So some of it can be super stressful, and the tips are just here to make you more equipped within your means. But don't worry, the best part is we get to do this together.